us now discuss the conditions for a proper or sound province according to Diṅnāga. Diṅnāga in his Pramano Samuccaya has stated that every sound province must satisfy three characteristics which I have earlier stated in the beginning of this lecture, namely the definite existence of the province or the presence of the province in the locus of inference. Secondly, its definite existence also in the members of the class similar to the locus, and its definite absence in the members of the class dissimilar to the locus. Let us consider the three characteristics a bit elaborately. The first characteristic is Pokshe Sottam Evo, definite existence in the locus. In the statement of the first characteristic of the province, the word existence or Sottam is provided to avoid the fallacy of unproved province or Siddhya. In the argument, word is eternal because it is visible. The province is visibility. Such a province neither exists in the locus word nor in any member of the class of words. Hence, this is not a proper province. The word eva refers to the definiteness of the existence. In fact, the word eva is used for exclusion. The place of the word eva in the sentence determines what is asserted and what is excluded. Dharmakirti in this context refers to two types of exclusion: exclusion of non-relatedness, technically known as ayoga vyavachcheda, and exclusion of other relatedness, anyayoga vyavachcheda. In the first feature, the word eva is placed after existence. It indicates that hetu definitely exists in poksha. It excludes the non-existence of hetu in poksha. It is a case of the exclusion of non-relatedness or yoga vyavachcheda. It excludes the possibility that the hetu is not a property of poksha. It does not exclude the possibility that hetu is a property of something other than poksha. In fact, it is desirable that hetu should exist in similar cases sapoksha apart from the poksha. So the second characteristic says sapokshe eva sattam, existence only in homogeneous instances. This second characteristic involves two conditions. Hetu should exist in homogeneous instances, that is, at least in some homogeneous instances, and hetu should exist only in homogeneous instances and not in heterogeneous ones. The first condition excludes the fallacy of contrary province viruddha hetavasa and uncommon inconclusive asadharana anuikantika. That is, if hetu does not exist in the homogeneous instances at all, then there are two possibilities. Hetu does not exist in sapoksha but can exist in the vipoksha. This amounts to the fallacy called viruddha. And number two possibility, hetu exists neither in sapoksha nor in vipoksha. This amounts to the fallacy called asadharana. The second condition arises from the use of the word eva. The word eva here has the sense of anyayoga vyavachcheda, that is, exclusion of other relatedness. Hence, eva implies that the province exists only in sapoksha. It does not exist in vipoksha at all. Consequently, eva is used to avoid the fallacy of being overly inclusive or sadharana onoikantiko, as it happens in the inference, word is eternal because it is an object of knowledge. It should be noted here that the second characteristic, namely the existence of hetu in shapaksha, does not mean that the hetu should exist in all the shapaksha cases. There can be a sound probans even if it exists in some cases of shapaksha. Let us consider the inference. Word is non-eternal because it is produced through human efforts. Shabda anitya prajaknantariyakatvat. In this inference, being produced by human effort, prajaknantariyakatva is the hetu. The class of non-eternal things such as pot and lightning are shapaksha. The class of non-eternal things such as pot and lightning is shapaksha. The class of eternal things like space is vipaksha. Here hetu exists in a part of shapaksha, not in the whole of it. Among the non-eternal things, the things like pot are produced through human efforts, but the things like lightning are not. Hence the probans such as prajaknantariyakatva can be considered as a proper probans even though it is partially extensive. Hence the probans such as prajaknantariyakatva can be considered as a proper probans even though it is partially extensive with the shapaksha when they are completely excluded from the class of dissimilar instances or vipaksha. The third characteristic of a sound probans is vipakshe asattam evo, that is definite non-existence in heterogeneous instances. This third characteristic says that the probans must be definitely non-existent in all the instances heterogeneous to the locus, that is to say, in all the instances which do not possess the probandum. In other words, the third characteristic of the probans amounts to the absolute absence of the probans in all the heterologous or asapaksha cases. This characteristic of the probans is designated as betireka or negative perversion. Here also the word absence or asattam is used to avoid the incompatible probances viruddha hetu. The word evo here has a sense of ayoga vyavachcheda, exclusion of the unrelatedness, and has been used to exclude over-inclusive probans like sound is produced immediately after human effort because it is impermanent like a jar. In this case, the probans being impermanent is found in some heterogeneous instances like lightning etc. and so cannot be regarded as a proper one. By the word absence, such probances will be excluded. Diṅnāga's doctrine of the triple character of probans can be understood as a part of a larger theory of the wheel of probans. Thank you very much.